So the science is saying that climate change is to blame for the more extreme weather that we are seeing across the world. The wildfires that you see on Maui, the landslides in India, or the flooding in Mexico. All of these becoming more frequent because of the warming planet. 100 days from now, world leaders will come together in Dubai for COP28, hoping to reach an agreement on the next steps to preserve the planet. Well, the UAE and the UN have laid out 4 key priorities for this year's conference: fast-tracking the energy transition, focusing on lives and livelihoods, inclusivity, and perhaps what officials here have drilled down on the most, ramping up climate finance. Well, I just spoke with COP28's Director General, Mاجد al-Suwaidi, about the massive challenges that we are facing. And we talked about rising temperatures, high temperatures, extreme temperatures, nothing new in this region of the Gulf. But could they get high enough that people can no longer live here? That is the risk. So the region in the crosshairs of climate crisis, and we discussed that, the real world impact that we are feeling and the financial reality that we must face.
First of all, thank you so much for having me. It's a real pleasure to be with you. I think in the reports that you've had so far, you've talked a lot about the weather that we've seen this summer, the wildfires, the rising temperatures. And I think that these really bring home how important it is for us to have an outcome at COP28 that helps us to address these challenges that we're seeing in real time, frankly, around the world. And you've touched on climate finance. Climate finance is going to be a really important piece of our COP. We've been traveling around the world, engaging with many different stakeholders, talking about what are the challenges that they face. And it comes down to a desire to take action. But in many cases, that means that we need to provide the finances for them to do so. And particularly in the developing world, where they're trying to grapple with development challenges, we need to make sure that finance is made more available, more accessible, and importantly, more affordable. And as a COP presidency, we've put this at the top of the agenda, and we've had success so far, I think, to the surprise of many. We started at the beginning of the year talking about the 100 billion that was promised by developed nations at COP in Paris, and asking why they haven't delivered on that promise to date. And thanks to support from many, including Canada and Germany, we've already seen progress on that. And we've seen in the Paris summit recently, the Macron summit, that nations have said clearly that they intend to show how they'll deliver on that 100 billion promise this year. But moreover, that's a drop in the bucket. We need to go from hundreds of billions to trillions of annual investment to address climate change. So that means that we need more governments giving more, and we need to engage the private sector, and we need to address many challenges that are there that are preventing it from flowing.